Hey everybody, Big Daddy Biggs, West Louisiana Bee Farm. Just wanted to kind of give you an update on the hive, the indoor hive, the experiment. So what I did, well, first of all, let me show you this. I came out here today. I haven't been out here in well over a week, checking on them, and I find a bunch of. There was a lot more in here this morning. Some were dead. Some were just really cold. I noticed that as I put the heater on them, they were coming back alive and they started moving around. So some of these may still be dead. It's really cold here. For here, it's really cold. It's probably about 50 degrees, 55-ish. But during the night, the last few nights, it's been getting down into the lower 30s. I think last night it actually may have hit the upper 20s, like 28, 29 degrees. Could be wrong about that, but I think that's what I saw on the Weather Channel. Anyway, I took the sugar off because I got some more buckets in, and these are a little bit different. They don't have the screen top. Let me show you what I've got. So if you'll remember, the last bucket I had right here, it had a screen, and it was probably sufficient for summertime. I'm sure probably not a problem at all with that. But these are a little bit different. I got these from Rossman Apiaries in somewhere in Georgia. But they come with this little plug. And I know most of y'all have seen these before. If you're not a beekeeper, then this is probably new for you. But the plug just kind of goes in here and slips in there pretty tight. Looks like I pressed the lid on the bucket. But it has a gasket on the inside. I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a rubber gasket on the inside, so it makes an airtight seal. Once it's going to leak down just a little bit. But the bees, you put this bucket upside down on. Let me give you saw the bucket over there. Anyway, the bees, when it's upside down, they come up through the top of the hive, and then they can go up in here, and you can see the little holes. They can get a little sugar water, a little syrup out of those holes. So I'm trying this out again. I'm still trying to do some winter feeding inside, and I've got the heater back on because I've got these new buckets, and I want to see. I've got it a little bit more temperature controlled in here. I don't have a thermostat heater, but I do have. I'll show you. I do have it plugged into this thing. It's a little timer. And I've got it set to where it runs a couple hours, then it's off for about an hour. Runs a couple hours, off for about an hour. And I keep that going throughout the day. You can see where my last sugar water spilled on the floor. I've got sawdust on it right now to kind of soak it up. This one did leak a little while. It's still leaking a little bit when I first put it on. Of course, it's trying to pull a tension up here on the top, and it'll eventually stop, but I've got a bucket down there trying to catch what I can. So that's it for the update for now on the sugar water and the bucket and the sugar. I took the sugar outside, and I'm just kind of letting the bees have their way with it outside on a fly day. Today's kind of a fly day. But I want to talk to you about this thing. This is up to, I think, 1.25 inches, and I'm only using it for 1-inch staples. But I have found that when it comes to building out these frames, this Mama Jama right here, it's not air, it's not supplied with air, it's electric. And let me just tell you something. That baby doll, this one's not quite smooth. This one went in flush. If you do them real fast, they're not going to be flush every time, but that's all it takes. But I really like this thing. I got it on Amazon. I think I want to say it was like $35, $40 maybe. And it goes up to, like I said, 1 1/4 inch brads and staples, of course. I'm using the brads to make my frames, and they come out pretty good, you know. I mean, I haven't had one yet that has split on me. Let me just grab a random one here. It has not split. You can see that brad right through the center. Not quite flush. This one, not quite flush. This one, they're not going in quite flush, but you know what? I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. But I went through about 100 frames just in a couple hours, I guess. And I was taking my time. And that's gluing each joint. If you can see, I glue each joint all the way around. Not sure you can see that. And I square them up. You've seen my video on making these frames. And then I glue a little bit of foundation in the top there. So anyway, get you one of them. If you're going to build out a lot of frames, man, it's handy. It's like a second thumb or a third thumb or whatever. Anyway, I want to show you my bees. Now this is January 13th, and just watch. I'm going to let the video play for a little while after I get done talking, but January 13th, and it's been cold like the devil here, and they're just bringing in pollen. I have no idea where they're getting it from. If you look outside, of course, now that I said that, they're not going to bring in any pollen. Here comes a couple. Let's see what they do. Yeah, no, well, I'll leave it going a little while. I've been watching them come in for pollen, and there's been a lot of it come in so far. But anyway, there's nothing in bloom. I don't even see any trees in bloom. Now, I know like this time last year, the red cedars, they started coming into bloom about this time. But I haven't seen any of those happening. Maybe I need to go out and look around for a little bit. I have a few trees right here on the property. I'll go check them out. I don't think that's red cedar pollen, but it could be. But they've been bringing it in. I'll let you take a look at them for a little while. If you want to watch the end of the video, you'll see several of them come in and out. And again, this is Big Daddy Biggs, and I'm gonna get off of here. We'll check back with the feeder here in a few days, maybe see if it's all going down here on the floor again. But I'll keep you posted. And maybe we'll open it up if it warms up a little bit. See you later. Oh, by the way, it's 2-to-1 sugar syrup that I've got in there right now. So they may or they may not make any brood. I don't know. They may or they may not make any honeycomb. I don't know. But we'll check it out. Bye-bye.